Hello, yes, you, and welcome to today's English lesson. So today we're going to be using our senses to create expanded noun phrases. Now, we did expanded noun phrases when we did Little Red Riding Hood and when we did our Great Fire of London setting descriptions. Now, I wonder if you can remember what those were. Now, by the end of the lesson, you'll be able to write down your ideas and vocabulary, so different adjectives and different expanded noun phrases that you can then use in your writing when you write your own bubble story. You'll also, as I said, be able to write expanded noun phrases to describe the different locations that Gabby went to on the magic bubble. Now, before we start talking about expanded noun phrases, I want to see how much you can remember from yesterday's lesson. So you have 4 sentences here, and they have some words missing. They have one word missing in each. What do you think might be missing from them? Yes, that's right, coordinating conjunctions. So you need to decide which coordinating conjunction needs to go in each sentence, okay? So number 1, we've got my favourite television show is on. I'm too tired to watch it. Number 2, my burger was burnt. I sent it back. Number 3, I made dinner for my family. Everyone enjoyed it. And number 4, the supermarket didn't have any raspberries. Did it have any grapes? Okay, so pause the video now and see if you can fill in the missing coordinating conjunctions. Okay, year 2, let's see how much you've remembered. So number 1, my favourite television show is on, but or yet I'm too tired to watch it. So even though your favourite television show is on, you might not watch it because you're too tired, okay? So that is why they're contrasting. Even though maybe you want to watch it, you're too tired and therefore you're not going to watch it. Now, number 2, my burger was burnt, so I sent it back. So your burger was burnt, so the consequence of that was you sent it back. Now, number 3, I made dinner for my family and everyone enjoyed. So you're adding extra information. It's not contrasting, you're just adding information. So I made dinner for my family and then you're going to add some more information. Everyone enjoyed it. Okay, number 4, the supermarket didn't have any raspberries, nor did it have any grapes. Now, why have I used nor here? Yes, that's right. It's because the first sentence is negative, isn't it? The supermarket didn't have any raspberries. If it was positive, it would say the supermarket did have raspberries, okay? But because it's negative, we need to use the coordinating conjunction nor. Okay, let's move on to today's learning now. So we're going to be using our senses to create our expanded noun phrases. Now, what are our senses? Now, I know we've done this in class before, and I also know you did this in year 1. So let's see if you remember them. Pause the video and have a think. What are the 5 senses? Okay, year 2, let's see if you remember. So there are 5 senses. What are they? Well, the first one is sight. We see with our eyes. The second one is hearing. We hear with our ears. The third one is touch. We touch with our skin. Number 4, we smell. So we smell with our nose. And number 5 is taste. We taste with our tongue, don't we? Fantastic. Now, what can you hear, see, touch, smell, and taste right now? I want you to pause the video and either have a talk to the person you're with or have a think about it yourself. What can you hear, see, touch, smell, and taste right now? Okay, year 2, could you find out what you could hear, see, touch, smell, and taste right at this very minute? Well, I'll give you an example. Right now, I can hear the cars outside, and I can see my laptop in front of me, and I can also see my dog who's on the floor. Okay, what could you hear, see, touch, smell, and taste right now? Brilliant. Now, remember where Gabby went on her adventure? If you can't remember, this is a good point to pause the video and watch the bubble story again and then come back to the video after, okay? But if you can remember, brilliant. Now, she went to 3 places, didn't she? The first place she went was up in the sky with the clouds. The second place she went under the sea. And the third place she went was up into space with all the planets and the twinkling stars around her. Okay, now we're only going to be concentrating on 2 of these locations today, the sky and the sea. Okay, we're not going to do space. We're just going to do these 2. Now, let's start with the nouns. Can you remember what a noun is? Yes, noun is an object, okay? So for example, light or wall or table, okay? I would like you to pause the video and think of as many nouns as you can. Okay, were you able to think of lots of different nouns? I've got some more for you. I've got door, I've got window, television, laptop, pencil case, okay? Book. There's lots of different nouns. They're all around us. But we need to think, what would Gabby have seen, heard, tasted, touched and smelt when she was up in the sky? Well, I'm going to help you with the first two. So I think Gabby might have seen the sun up in the sky. And I also thought she might have seen a rainbow. Now, what about hearing? What do I think Gabby might have heard? Well, what animal is normally up in the sky? Ah, yes, that's right. Birds. I think she might have heard some birds. And I also think she might have heard wind. Okay, so those are my nouns that I thought of for sight and hearing. You might think of some others. But now what I'd like you to do is to think of the nouns for taste, touch and smell. Okay, a couple of nouns for taste, touch and smell. And then come back to the video and I'll share with you what I thought of. Okay, pause the video now. Okay, year two, were you able to think of some different nouns for smell, touch and taste? Shall we see what I thought of? So for taste, I thought that Gabby might have tasted some raindrops. Maybe she was standing under a cloud and it was raining. Okay, I think she could have touched some clouds. And I think she could have smelt the air. Okay, did you think of the same ones or did you have some different ones? Fantastic either way. Well done. Now we've got our nouns for our description. But now we want to make these into expanded noun phrases. Can you remember what an expanded noun phrase is? Can you remember what different parts need to go in an expanded noun phrase? And do you remember where the comma needs to go? Okay, I want you to pause the video now and see how much you can remember. Yeah, to see how much you remember. So here's your expanded noun phrase. We have lots of yummy cold ice cream. So we always start our expanded noun phrase with a determiner. So this could be lots of, the, a or an, 3, so a number or 4 or 5, most, many. Okay, there's lots of different determiners that we can start our expanded noun phrases with. Then after the expanded noun phrase, we need some adjectives. So how many adjectives do we need? Yes, that's right, we need 2. And in this expanded noun phrase, can you see that they're yummy and cold? Now, what's in the middle of them? What's sandwiched in the middle? Yes, there's a comma. So we need our determiner, 1 adjective, 1 comma, and then another adjective. And then at the end, we need our noun, which we've already thought of for the sky setting, haven't we? So now we're going to create some expanded noun phrases for our nouns that we thought of. So what did I think of for sight? Can you remember what nouns? What did I think Gabby might have seen? Yes, that's right. I thought Gabby might have seen the sun. Okay, should we look at my expanded noun phrase for the sun? I thought the bright golden sun. Okay, now have I done this right? Well, I've got the, that's my determiner. I've got 2 adjectives, bright and golden, and look, I've even put the comma in between, and I've got my noun, which is sun. So I have done that correctly, the bright golden sun. Now, what did I think Gabby might have seen? Yes, that's right. I thought Gabby might have seen a rainbow. Let's see my expanded noun phrase for this. A beautiful, colourful rainbow. There you go again. I've got my determiner, a. I've got beautiful and colourful, which are my 2 adjectives. I've got my comma in between them. And I've got rainbow, my noun. Okay, now let's move on to hearing. What did I think Gabby might have heard? Yes, that's right. I thought she might have heard some birds. Let's see my expanded noun phrase for this one. Oh, many wide-winged. So they've got wide wings. They stretch very far. Wide wings tweeting. So the sound that they make, birds. So many wide-winged tweeting birds. Now I've got my determiner, many. I've got my 2 adjectives, wide-winged and tweeting, with my comma in between. and I've got my noun, which is birds. What else did I think she could hear? Yes, I thought she could hear the wind. So let's see my expanded noun phrase for this. The bitterly cold, blustery wind. So again, my determiner my two adjectives, bitterly cold and blustery, and then my noun, wind. Now, I haven't forgotten the comma in between the two adjectives. So now I'm going to leave you to think of something for taste, touch. I use the nouns that I thought of. Go back in the video and find out what I thought of. You can use those and critics. That's fine. Or if you thought of your nouns for taste, touch, and sound, you can use those and then create your expanded nouns. And I'll okay. Here now. Okay, year 2. So, did you manage to make some expanded noun phrases? Brilliant, well done. So let's see what I had for taste. Now, what did I think Gabby might have tasted? Yes, that's right, raindrops. Let's see my expanded noun phrase. Oh, some plump, trickling raindrops, because you know that rain trickles down, doesn't it? And plump means they're quite chubby and they've got lots of water in them. So some plump, trickling raindrops. Again, I've got my determiner some, I've got my two adjectives, plump and trickling with the comma in between, and I've got my noun, which is raindrops. Then we've got touch. What did I think Gabby could touch? Yes, the clouds. So I thought we could say the dense, so that means heavy, they're full of rain, full of water, fluffy clouds. I got that one right. Yes, I've got determiner, two adjectives with a comma sandwiched in between, and my noun, clouds. And lastly, I thought Gabby might have smelt. Yes, the air. Let's see my expanded noun phrase. The crisp, fresh. Okay, so if it's crisp, it's nice and cold. Okay, so I've got my determiner, got my two adjectives with a comma in between, and I've got my noun, air. Fantastic. Did you think of some similar ones? Or did you have different ones? Brilliant either way. Well done. Now, it's your turn. So we've done our expanded noun phrases for the sky. Now we're going to change our location to the sea. And you need to think of what you might have seen, heard, tasted, touched, and smelt when she was under the sea. Okay. It might help first to think of your nouns. So think of a couple of nouns for each sense. And then once you've done that, you can think of your expanded noun phrases. But remember, you need a determiner, an adjective, then a comma, then another adjective, and then your noun, okay? So I'd like you to have a go at this now, but please come back to the video when you're finished. And we're just going to do our last task, okay? Pause the video now and have a go. Okay, year 2. So let's go on to our last task. So this is for me to see how much you've learnt today. So you need to unscramble my expanded noun phrases. They're all in the wrong order, okay? And you need to put them in the right order. So what I'd like you to do is write these down, and then when you send your work to the office, can you also send this last task so I can see how much you learnt? That would be brilliant, okay? So send in your expanded noun phrases for the sea and this final task. Brilliant, year 2. Thank you very much for being so excellent today, and I'm looking forward to seeing you in our next English lesson. Bye, year 2.